The Google Pixel 7 Pro is here. And not to sound overly corny, but there is a magic to the sauce that makes up a Pixel phone. It's a very smart phone and has a thoughtful software experience that is unlike anything you can get on the market right now. But before we talk about the good stuff, let's talk about the things that I don't like. I picked up the Pixel 7 Pro in hazel, and it's an okay color. It's a much more muted and dull green than I had hoped for. In broad daylight, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10, but at night, it doesn't look green at all. It looks washed out. However, I do love that gold camera bump, so I will give some props there, and the gold aluminum surrounding the phone is a nice touch. But if it were up to me, I would pick up the phone in white or black. Those are the GOAT colors this year. The biggest downside to the design of the phone is the fact that it's fingerprint galore. You might not be able to see it that much on camera, but they're quite noticeable. It's less noticeable on the white and the hazel color. If you pick up the Pixel 7 Pro in Obsidian Black, you're gonna see a lot of fingerprints on those. And the phone is also quite slippery. Like, I've had it fly out of my hand quite a few times and had it hit the floor. But thankfully, Google did make a pretty durable phone, as the screen is not cracked at all, and there's no scratches, so I'm gonna give some props there for making a solid device from Google. But regardless of how durable the phone has been in my testing, still get a screen protector, still get a case, because this phone will break eventually if I don't do that. One thing I really love is the display on the phone. It's quite excellent. It's a 6.7 inch, 120Hz, 1440p panel. The colors look phenomenal. The display is fluid and fast. It has a curved edge, which some people despise, but I don't mind. I think it makes the phone look more immersive than a flat edge display. Inside the phone is where all the fun happens. The Pixel 7 Pro is equipped with the new Google Tensor G2 chip, which is responsible for all of the machine learning applications that we get to have fun with on Google's phone. So for example, don't feel like waiting on hold? Google's new Hold For Me feature puts the assistant on hold for you until a rep comes back on the call. And if you live in the US, which I don't, I live in Canada, sadly, or not sadly, living in Canada is awesome, but there is a new Direct My Call feature exclusive to the US where Google will actually listen to all of the voice prompts when you call a business phone number, so you're more able to get to the person you need to speak to a lot faster. You don't have to just sit through and listening to all those prompts one at a time. It's a really useful feature. And in a future software update, which I'm really excited about, is a new clear calling feature where Google will actively do its best to minimize all the background noise of the person that you're speaking to. It's actually working harder for you to be able to hear what that person is saying if they're in traffic, in a noisy place, which is kind of cool because a lot of the tech we're used to right now, it's all about making your own voice sound better to the person that you're speaking to. But I like that Google reversed the psychology there and is also making sure that the person you're listening to sounds good on your ears. Also, the new quick phrases feature allows you to say things like answer, decline, or silence to an incoming call without having to summon Google. Voice recognition is also incredibly accurate and fast. I can't believe how fast it actually is. It can even auto-suggest relevant emojis on a dime, depending on the sentence that you said. Another really cool thing about the Pixel, which I forgot about because I've been on iPhone for so long, is the Now Playing feature. The Google Pixel is always listening and saving every possible song ever heard when you bring your phone with you. So gone are the days of hearing that really cool song in the restaurant, but you just forgot to hit Shazam and then you got home and you don't quite remember what that song was. Google heard it and it's just saved right on your phone. And also in an update later this year, Google is going to be revamping the Recorder app to allow us to transcribe and record multi-person conversations with speaker labels, which is really cool. The G2 chip also translates quite well to the triple camera system on the Pixel 7 Pro. But before we talk about the cameras, I want to spend a little bit more time talking about the software because Google does a lot of little things right here that I love so much. You can change your device wallpaper live from your home screen and see the changes in real time. Or when you turn off your phone screen, it fades elegantly off and comes back to life with a smooth animation from the location of the power button. Playing media from Spotify, for example, displays the album art in such an elegant way that is so Google. And the new Material You icon pack that you can enable adds a level of class to the phone's home screen. Or the fact that your smart home controls are just a button press away at the bottom of your lock screen is a nice touch. Okay, let's dive deep now into my Pixel 7 Pro camera system experience. For the most part, it's been awesome, but there are some weird misses here from Google, and I just keep watching, you'll see some of the weird stuff I'm talking about. The primary 50 megapixel camera photos I've taken on the phone thus far look awesome. It's really exciting to take pictures on this device and see what Google's AI will do to enhance the photos. When it comes to night photography, the processing time on the still night mode shots does feel quite fast, and that's thanks to the new G2 chip. I tested Google's new unblur feature, and it actually works. It's kind of noticeable. And the new zoom ranges on the Pixel 7 Pro is like a double thumbs up for me. They're excellent. It has a new 2x zoom that uses the middle 12 megapixels of the primary sensor, and the results are excellent. The telephoto lens is great as well. At 5x, you get quite a sharp image, and with the new super res zoom in the Pixel 7 Pro, which goes up to 30x, I'm pleasantly surprised by the level of detail maintained here, even at that 30x crop. And my favorite thing about the camera system is Google's efforts to people of color. It's clear which phone does a better job highlighting and creating accurate shadows and saturations for my skin tones. There's a new macro focus mode that takes pictures of the smallest things around you as well, and it does work. I don't have any serious complaints. And as for video performance, it does work, but I mean, I hate to say this because I was really pulling for you here, Google, but I still think the iPhone does it so much better, and that's why the iPhone's always going to come with me if I ever need to take videos from my smartphone. Here is a comparison of 4K videos shot on the iPhone 14 Pro and the Pixel 7 Pro. You can be the judge here for yourself and see if the Pixel 7 Pro really holds up to the standards of an iPhone. I want to be very clear. I don't think the Pixel 7 Pro takes bad videos. They're actually okay. They're just not as good as iPhone, except for cinematic mode. Compared to the iPhones, the Pixel 7 Pro's background blur just looks like weird, man. It looks fake, manufactured, whereas the iPhone's looks more like a real camera. Overall, I think Google has come a long way, but I still don't think they've quite figured out how to be the best at shooting video as they have with being one of the best at photography. As for battery life, it does achieve all-day battery from my testing, and over time the battery life should slightly improve as the AI and machine learning better understands how you use the phone. As for the fingerprint scanner, it works like 90% of the time. Sometimes I do have to press my finger down multiple times to get the fingerprint to read my thumb. It's not all the time, but sometimes, enough for me to notice. Something that I do find kind of annoying is Face ID on the 7 Pro. It's only using the basic selfie camera and the Tensor G2 chip to make this feature possible, and for some people, that might be enough. But for someone like me, I would have really liked to see an actual reliable, secure Face ID that we can use for all apps, because right now, Face ID on the 7 Pro doesn't work for everything. And Google knows that it's not secure because they don't let you use the Face ID to unlock your banking apps, your password managers, anything with actual confidential information. You have to use your thumbprint still. So that's a little bit disappointing. But regardless of that drawback, I can confidently say that the Pixel 7 Pro is pulling me away from my iPhone. It is such a delight to use, and for the time being, my SIM card is going to continue to live in here because it is an awesome device. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Here is a video right here where you can check out my Pixel Watch initial impressions, unboxing, and review. It's a beautiful watch. You guys will definitely enjoy the video, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace.